Yeah, clap for summer. Who in here loves summer? Who in here is like, I already want to go back to school? Who's like, yeah, ready for school? Just me and Ethan. That's right. Yeah, just me and Ethan. Me, Ethan, and Al. Now, what's funny about summer, right? What's funny about summer is that, have you ever just like realized how quick it takes you to get into vacation mode? Like, have you ever realized that really it only takes like a couple days, and then you're like, you don't know what day it is, but you also like don't need to. Like, it's today Thursday? I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm doing the same thing I did yesterday anyway. Have you ever just been in vacation mode where you just walk and you're just waking up and you're going to sleep and you're hanging with your friends and you're going to the mall? There's very few things that are better than vacation mode. And the story that we're going to talk about tonight, what's happening is Paul in the Bible is writing to some people who were kind of in vacation mode, but like they weren't on summer vacation. Like when it's summer vacation, it's cool, right? It's cool to be in vacation mode a little bit, but not all year round. So they've been in vacation mode all year round. Like they're eating whatever they want to eat. They're doing whatever they want to do. They're not really worried. They're not really going to church the same way. They're not really being friendly the same way. These people are in complete summer mode. They are in complete vacation mode. And what's interesting is that when you're in vacation mode, a lot of times you just allow things to happen to you. Like, have you ever realized that in the summer, you just kind of allow things to happen to you? Like, what are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Whatever's going on. I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. Whatever my parents say. I don't know where I'm going to vacation. Whatever happens. I'm just doing whatever, and I'm allowing whatever to happen to me. Now, why is this an issue? Why does this matter? Why is this something that we're going to talk about tonight? Because what happens in your summer, what happens in my summer, what happens when we go on vacation is that by the end of the summer, in August, by the end of the summer, what's going to happen is you and me, we are either going to be further away from God or we're going to be closer to God, but we're not going to be where we are right now. You see, no matter what you do this summer, no matter whether you read your Bible every day or not, no matter you maybe do some things in your disciplines or not, no matter what, you're not going to be exactly where you are right now in your relationship with God. And I think that's kind of the myth, right? That I can just sleep through life. I can just sleep through my summer and I can wake up 2 months later and be in the exact same spot. But what's going to happen is by the end of the summer, you're either going to be further away from God or you're going to be closer to God, but you're not going to be where you are right now. So the question that we're going to ask, last time we met together, we asked, what do you want from God? So the question we're going to ask tonight is, what do you want from your summer? What do you want? What do you want from the end of your summer? Where do you want to be at the end of your summer? What do you want? What do you want to do? Where do you want to be in your athletics? Where do you want to be in summer school? Where do you want to be in your college applications? Where do you want to be as you walk into high school? What do you want from your summer? What do you want? What is it that you want? And Paul talks to us in 1 Corinthians and he says, do you not know that in a race all runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we, everybody say we. Say it like you mean it, say we. We do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like someone running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer, beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize. Let's pray one more time. God, I pray that after tonight, we, including myself, would know, what do we want? What do we want? What do we want from our summer? What do we want from our relationships? What do we want from our college applications? What do we want? Where do we want to go? What do we want? I pray that you would show us tonight. I pray, God, that every single person in here would be able to say at the end of their summer, they got closer to you. I pray, God, that not a single person in here at the end of their summer would say that they got further away from God, but everyone would say that they got closer, because we know one thing, we will not be where we are today. So we ask you for that, God. Help us to figure out, what do we want? In Jesus' name. And everyone said? Does anyone enjoy running? Who enjoys running? Yeah. All right, so here's what I want you, we're gonna pray for everyone that enjoys running. I don't fully understand. I don't get it. I don't enjoy running. I don't get it. But there are three kind of ways that people run. This is what I've noticed. There are three ways that people run. The first one is people run for their life. Have you ever thought something was chasing you and you ran for your life? Have you ever been running for your life? I was watching a movie. I was in high school, and who remembers the movie Transformers? Anyone? Yeah, Transformers. So I had just got done seeing Transformers, but not the new weak ones, the first one, the real Transformer, the OG Transformer. So I'm watching Transformers, and I walk out of the movie theater, and all of a sudden, all I hear is, and I just run. I literally just run. I don't know what it was. I just ran. And I'm literally probably a quarter mile down the road at this point. I literally just ran. Just gone. I'm gone. That's it. And I ran, and I turn around, and people are like, Joe, it's just the sprinklers. I didn't know that. I was running. I was just running. I was running for my life. I didn't know. And another way that people run, people just run for fun. Raise your hand if you just run for fun. It's just fun. It's just fun to run. Running is of the devil. It is. I'm convinced. It's of the devil. I'm going to prove it to you. There's a verse in the Bible. I'm going to prove it to you. Running is of the devil. Here's the verse. Put it up. Put it up. Put it up. Put it up. The wicked run when no one is chasing them. No one is chasing you. No one's chasing you. No one's chasing you. You're running. But an honest person is brave. We're brave not to run. We're brave not to run. They run for a purpose. No one's chasing them. No one. No one's chasing them. Don't get it. People run for fun. I don't get it. You can take the verse down. People run for fun. And the last one is people run for sport. People run for sport. Yeah. People run for sport. Who runs in their sport? You run for a purpose, right? Like you run for a reason. You run to get a rate. You run to win, you know? I'll run to win. I'm competitive. I'll run to win, but I'm not going to run for fun. It's weird. I'm not weird. You're weird. Now, here's what's interesting about the three ways that people run. Here's what's interesting about the three ways that people run. I think that the way that we run while we're running is also the way that we kind of run in life. Now, just listen to me for a second. And what do I mean by this? There are some people who are running for their lives. They're just running. I don't know what's behind me. I don't know what's chasing me, but I got to do everything. I got to go play this sport. I got to play this sport. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do that. I'm running for my life because if I don't, I'm going to slow down. I'm going to get caught. And then what's going to happen? I might not get into that school. I might not get in here. I might not be successful. I might not make a lot of money. I'm just running. I'm running for my life. And then there are some of us who are just running for fun, right? We're just living life and we're just going around and hey, yeah, I'm cool. I'm over here and I'm doing this thing and I'm doing that thing. Don't really think about it. I'm just kind of running. I'm just kind of there. I'm just running. It's fun. It's there. Look at what's left. Look at what's right. I'm just running. And then there's this third group of people that Paul talks about, people who are running for a purpose. People who are running for a prize. People who are running because there is something that they want. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what do you want? What do you want at the end of your summer? He says, run in such a way that you are trying to get the prize. Don't run for your life like something's chasing you. Don't run just for fun. Run in such a way that you will get the prize. What you have to know is what he's talking about is when these people would have figured out, okay, I'm gonna be in this race. I'm gonna run for this prize. When I'm running for this prize, what would they do? They would actually train for 10 months. For 10 months, they would put their lives on hold. They would put their jobs on hold for 10 months. And they would say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna only eat certain things. I'm gonna only do certain things. I'm not gonna do this anymore because that'll mess up what I'm trying to get to. It'll mess it up. So this is what Paul is talking about. They would put themselves through strict training. They would maybe stay away from certain things and only eat these things. They would maybe go away from this and they would work out here. They would do these things. Why? In order to get the prize. Now, why is this interesting? Because I have to assume that in Bible times, it was a lot like when we do competition now, to where maybe the biggest and baddest person didn't always win. The person who was the most talented didn't always win. The person who was maybe the biggest name didn't always win, but the person who won would be the person that is the most disciplined. The person that would win would be the person that could stick to the regimen, that could stick to the training, that could run in such a way that they would get the prize. And what is interesting is this is exactly the way that it is in your and my relationship with God. To where the people who I have seen who have had a great relationship with God, an awesome relationship with God, that love God, that know God, they are not always the people who were perfect. They were not always the people that made the best decisions, but they were the people who would run in such a way to get the prize. Who would say, these are the things that I am doing. These are the disciplines that I have. I know what I want in life. So I have one point tonight. It's kind of two questions in one, but I have one point. And my main point is this. Where are you going and how will you get there? Where are you going and how will you get there? This is a really big question. I wasn't going to share this illustration, but there's this cartoon, and what happens in this cartoon is that these people are shooting arrows, and they're shooting arrows at a bullseye, right? And the guy says, okay, I think I can hit the bullseye. So they're all shooting arrows at the bullseye, and he says, okay, I know I can hit the bullseye. So he shoots these arrows and he misses, like completely. Misses terribly, like miserably, misses every single bullseye. And then he's happy, and everyone's like, why are you so happy? Like, you just missed, you lost, what are you doing? And then he goes up and he draws bullseyes around every single arrow that he shot. And he goes, bullseye, I hit the bullseye every time. And what's interesting is I think that this is how you and I kind of live our life, to where we're shooting arrows. We're doing all these things everyone tells us that we should do, even if we don't want to do them. We're doing all these things that everyone's saying we should do. We're getting in relationships. We're doing these things. We're shooting arrows, but we don't really know what we're trying to hit. What do you want? Where are you going? And the second thing is, how will you get there? Paul says, run. Don't run aimlessly. Don't run as someone who doesn't know where they're going. Don't run as someone who's just running and doesn't know what they're doing. Don't run aimlessly. If you were to ask me about my relationship with God in high school, that's how I would describe it. That I just ran aimlessly. I just kind of went to church whenever I was told to. I just kind of read my Bible whenever I felt like it. I just kind of worshiped if they sang my favorite song. I was just running aimlessly. I was just going around aimlessly, no goal, no end in mind. But what does Paul say? He says, I do not run aimlessly, but what do? I strike blows to my body, making sure that when I get to the race, I am ready for it. Can I encourage you tonight? I should not change my disciplines in order to satisfy my flesh. I should try to change my flesh in order to satisfy my disciplines. You see, I shouldn't change my disciplines in order to satisfy my flesh. I shouldn't change the way that I operate. I shouldn't change the things that I'm doing in order to satisfy my flesh, but I should actually be trying to change my flesh so that it fits into my disciplines. What does Paul say? He says, I made my body my slave. A quote that I read was that the body is a very bad master, but a very good slave. It's a very bad master. You shouldn't just do whatever your body wants. You shouldn't just do whatever you want. You shouldn't just eat whatever you want to eat, go wherever you want to go, do whatever you want to do. Why? Because you know where you're going and you know how you'll get there. What if you didn't listen to things just because everyone else was listening to them? Because you knew where you were going and you knew how you'd get there. What if you didn't just get in relationships because everyone else was, but you just actually took a moment to listen to the Spirit of God? Why? Because you know where you're going and you know how you'll get there. What if you don't watch things that everyone else is watching just because it's popular, just because it's cool, but you actually took a step back? Why? Because I know where I'm going and I'll know how I'll get there. But what do you want? What do you want? Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go by the end of the summer? What do you want? What is the destination that you're going to? Why? Because by the end of your summer, you only got a few weeks left. By the end of your summer, you are either going to be closer to God or you're going to be further away from God. But you're not going to be where you are today. And my prayer for you is that you would begin to process, where am I going? Where are my decisions taking me? This is not to shame you. This is not to make you feel bad for decisions, I promise you. But this is just to get you to process, where am I going? What do I want? Where am I headed? And how will I get there?